just never really expected to happen. So just trying to take it in and enjoy the moment.
Talk about today. Were you leaderboard watching? What were you feeling kind of coming down the stretch?
Yeah, I didn't look at the leaderboard much. I mean, I got off to a pretty good start, and I kind of figured, just keep my head down, keep playing my game. Accidentally saw a leaderboard, I think on 14 or 15. But just tried to stick to the same game plan and just told Jay, let's try to make a few birdies coming in, and let's just bring it home.
What are some of your early memories of the U.S. Women's Open, and kind of what sticks out to you about this championship?
Yeah, I mean, the big one, of course, is Michelle winning in 2014 at Pinehurst. I remember being at home and just, being amazed and, just really being inspired by her, and just, all the history. I mean, a major championship, just, it's really cool.
We're going to open it up for questions. Sarah?
Congratulations, Allison. Just kind of put it into words what this one means. You came close a few times last year as a rookie, you came close a few times earlier this year, but to finally get it done and to wait for this one, what does it mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everything that's happened this year has kind of prepared me for this moment. Super special that both of my parents are out here this week. I mean, my dad only does KPMG and the U.S. Open, so really nice that he's out here. I had a ton of family friends out. I had my aunt and uncle and cousin out earlier, boyfriend's parents, my college teammate, just a lot of people out here. It was just really awesome to know that we're at Pebble, just such a historic venue, and yeah, just really amazing.
To be a player, I feel like you kind of quietly go about your business, and obviously made some noise this week. What does this tell you about where your place is in this game now?
Yeah, I mean, I talked to a few people about it even going into today, and it was kind of just like, no matter what happens today, it's been a good week. Just, go out there, have some fun, and really, really happy that I did win, but even if I hadn't, it would have validated a lot of the work that I put in. Zephyr?
Noticed you let out a small fist bump on 15-3 after you made that birdie putt. Was that the first time that you let your mind wander ahead of what might be to come?
I mean, my mind kind of drifted to it, like, on and off throughout the day. I mean, I made the birdie 1-3. And just kind of told myself, stay in the moment. It's obviously not done yet. Still a lot of golf to play. And I think that was the moment when I kind of knew, I just need to get home.
Front row, Ron?
Allison, obviously this would have mattered wherever it happened, right, to win the U.S. Women's Open. But the fact that it happened here, how much will that, when you think back 20, 30 years from now, how much do you think that will factor in? And as sort of a corollary to that, what does it mean for the women's game that viewers are tuning in to watch? And of course, they probably all know very well or are familiar with watching.
Yeah, I mean, I think personally when I watch golf on TV, it makes it so much more interesting to know the course. And I think, like you said, it helped get us a lot of viewers this week, especially just knowing the history. I mean, Tiger just absolutely annihilated this place. So, yeah, it's really special. I mean, 20, 30 years from now, like you said, I think just the fact that it's a U.S. Open means a lot to me, but knowing that it's at Pebble makes it even sweeter. Kevin?
What made that little girl fall in love with golf when you were, back growing up in Hawaii? What was it that golf drew you to golf?
Honestly, I sucked. I just wanted to get better. I think that's just kind of who I am, as a person. Just if something can be done better, that's how I want to do it. And yeah, I mean, it was an activity that I shared with my dad, my older brother on the weekends at first. So just having that family time and just wanting to get better.
Do you remember anything specifically about sucking?
I mean, no one can hit the ball at first, right? It was the little driving range, trying to get it over the end of the driving range, then trying to get it to the first flag, second flag, just hitting it a little longer each year. But yeah, I just had so much fun.
Second row on the right?
Yeah. Can you tell us for your background, golf background? Your mother is still Korean, right?
Yeah, my mom's Korean and my dad's Filipino.
Yeah, and then do you have any studying? When did you studying the golfing?
I started when I was 4 or 5 years old. My parents actually live on Copley Golf Course on the left side of number 7, so yeah, my dad's always been a really big golf fan and just got us into it really young.
Okay. And then you're part of the Korean too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back left, right there.
Congratulations as well. What's the biggest obstacle you think you had to overcome in your career/life to get to this point?
I mean, I've been really lucky, I think. As far as this week goes, just, yeah, the nerves and just kind of really telling myself, like, I belong out here, I'm good enough to compete. That's just been what I've been telling myself for the past 2 years. I think getting my tour card, that's just kind of the beginning of the journey, and you never really know what's going to happen. So just really been working really hard the last few years. College, I think, was tough, just having to, balance the schedule of both practice and school, and I think that prepared me really well.
There are so many players who just come straight out to the LPGA and skip college altogether. For a junior who's trying to make that decision, what would be your case for going to school?
School, it's never going to be a bad decision. No matter how good you are, I think golf, there's always a chance you get injured. There's always, you never know what's going to happen. You go to school, at least, you'll have the whole team behind you. And I just think it gives you a lot of time to grow. I was definitely not as smart as I am now at 18, and I know I wasn't ready. I'm sure there are girls that are, but they're very far and few in between. So it's just a chance to really grow as a person, have some fun, and then start working.
Okay.
Talk about learning about being comfortable in attention. How would you compare the comfort level you had at Chevron versus the comfort level you had today?
Yeah, Chevron, I honestly just wasn't hitting the ball well. Kind of the whole week, just kind of scraping around the course of it, and just managed to make some really good putts. My swing just felt really solid coming into this week, so there was just that level of comfort as far as my game went, and I think just being in that position before, instead of thinking oh man, I'm in the final group, I don't know what's gonna happen, just go out there, have some fun, just know I was in the final group for a reason, I played really well, and it's gonna be a good week.
Were there any journal entries you look back on before the start of this round that helped you play so well today?
Not really. I spoke with my mental coach, Phil Nelson, a bit this morning, just to try to calm down a little. Really just try to keep things steady. For me, I get a little quick, so really just trying to slow everything down and enjoy the moment.
Bob?
Yeah, kind of off of that, something that was pretty noticeable throughout the week is your composure and even keel approach. Has that been something that you've learned or worked on? I know you've worked with Phil, but or is that kind of how you always been even growing up, and kind of what do you attribute that to?
Yeah, I think I've always had a pretty calm demeanor. Not so much on the inside, but projecting that outwardly, I've always been pretty calm. And I just like to take a bit of time to think about things. That's just kind of who I am.
What was going on the inside today?
A lot of emotions, just a lot of gratitude to be out here.
Kevin?
Austin, when you were young and you started to sort of, break some of Michelle's kind of accomplishments, was that ever overwhelming that people were like, oh my gosh, the next Michelle Lee, considering who Michelle was and just the massive amount of attention on her?
Yeah, I think like I said, I kind of never really thought I'd get this far. Just watching Michelle, she's been such a huge role model to me, and it was really awesome to break her record for the public lanes. But it's just, I've never really compared myself to her. I think I've always wanted to make my own name. She's just served as a really big inspiration.
What do you remember about that public links when you first got that?
I just remember golfing so hard. The course was really long. I didn't get it as far back then. But again, just another really awesome experience.